live stream is initiating. Northeast Alternatives presents 13 Folds Live on Lemonadio.com. Sponsored by Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, Wonderland Smoke Shop, and Northeast Alternatives, the most awarded dispensary in New England. Featuring Dave Death, Chris Hansen, and Eddie Bills, with special guests, the artist Jackie and the Wizard. And now, here's David.
Hey, 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 welcome to 13 Folds Live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com. Thank you guys for all joining us tonight. I got my good friend and special guest co-host on tonight, Chris Hansen, Viking Jesus himself.
What it is, what it is,
Amen.
what it is.
Dude, we're getting the band back together all the way around. Like
Absolutely.
Even working in the club, it's like all the old school crew from back in the heyday of Providence, and we are here together again, bringing it to the masses.
Reunion.
I'm so glad you're here because
I'm glad I'm here too.
I suck at this, and you
You absolutely suck. You're terrible.
So Chris
This
is
show
actually
is brought to you by homemade weed gummies, RSO vodka.
homemade weed gummies and some Gorilla Glue 4.
Millennial safety blankets.
What's up?
Chris is actually was my introduction into internet radio back in the day, man.
Yeah.
When we started 13 Folds.
That's right.
So actually, I was
We
doing the
do
radio first.
VJ Live.
VJ Live. Me,
Derelict
you,
Dummies.
and Chaos. Professor Chaos. What's he been up to? You talked to him at all lately?
Yeah, he's still he's out of his mind. He moved to Warren, Rhode Island, and I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Warren, Rhode Island, but if you move there, that's it. You're there. You stay there. Jeff? Yeah, we call him Chaos.
Professor Chaos. We'll have to get him on the show. Get him to come in.
He's got a filthy mouth.
Yes, he does. But
They
that's
actually-
okay
They banned curse words at that
At
internet radio
BOB.
station because
because of Chaos.
our radio show.
I actually, I think I lost. I mean, I would throw $20 in that jar some nights.
That's right. They made us pay to swear. Remember that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was because of Chaos.
We had heated
we were
topics
bad.
too. We would talk about some real shit, and you just throw $10 in and just
just like, we're gonna go
have
for
a
it.
rant.
We got a great show in line tonight. But before we get started, once again, I want to thank our premier sponsor, Northeast Alternatives. Thank you guys for making this happen.
I
everything
love
you do.
Northeast Alternatives.
You-
You know, I
oh, yeah,
moonlight
you?
as a DJ, and
Yeah, I remember.
I've DJ'd a couple of their parties for
Yeah?
their employees. One of the nicest companies to work for.
They're awesome.
I've seen proof, honestly. And if you are into the green and you work there, oh my God, their parties are exceptional.
They're amazing, and
They're exceptional.
They're amazing people all the way around.
Two-handed joints. I thought Cheech and Chong was funny, but man, these guys, they get down. They know what they're doing.
The company parties they have are awesome, and they're going to start coming out here too. They'll be here on Tuesday nights.
They have a Cannabis Cup winner.
They
in
have
their store.
a bunch of. They're the most awarded dispensary in New England right now.
It's amazing.
They make quality products all the way around, and they're just great people to hang out with. They support the community. They support us, and that's all
Honestly,
I care about.
they're cool as well. Like the people that run it, the people that own it, they're cool people. They're not uptight. They're not stiff.
No,
I've seen some pretty odd dispensary owners. No.
Yeah.
They're the cool ones.
Well, the cool thing about them is I get to do a lot of design work for those guys, so that's always fun. So I also want to thank our supporting sponsors, Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, and Wonderland Smoke Shop. Thank you guys. Those out there listening, subscribe to our YouTube channel, 13 Folds Live, and check us out. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever other social media you can find us at. Issue 27 of 13 Folds is in production. 27, we're on number 27. You remember the first one?
I remember the first
You were our
one.
first interview. You were the first
I
music
don't remember
interview.
that, but
Yeah, you were
cool.
our first music interview ever for 13 Folds was Viking Jesus. So, yeah,
Neat.
we've come a long way together, man.
yeah, we have. We used to throw shows back in the day.
Dude,
back
we used
in the
to
90s.
we used to throw parties. Like we used to throw the coolest parties, after parties. I mean, the bars would close down, and they would come to our place and hang out and party. And we watched the sunrise many times.
The last one we did, we had a line outside your door going up the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
They shut us down.
oh, they shut us down.
Yeah, they
big
shut us
time.
down quick after
We had
that.
started a wrestling
Thursday
league.
night wrestling.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was good.
Everybody had a name. We had a gimmick. We had a finishing move.
I was the Raging Rabbi. My finishing move was the spinning dreidel.
I was Mayhem, like the black metal band, and mine was the Valhalla Pancake.
I remember you and Lysak fighting,
That's
wrestling
right.
that night. That was awesome.
I gave him the move.
You know, we got some good topics to talk about tonight.
We really
and
do.
And we kind of dragged ass getting started because of the station manager. So I just
Oh,
want
he's our
to
favorite,
give
though.
a shout
It's
out
his birthday.
to Cliff, the station manager.
Happy birthday,
over
buddy.
at Lemonadio.com. Fuck you. all
Oh,
right?
come on.
Get your shit together, man. We're trying to fucking put a show on here. 8 o'clock, I want the server to switch up, you know?
Can you do
What
that?
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, man.
Really?
I'm gonna go and wrestle with him next weekend for this. You know, speaking of wrestling, him and I are gonna have a throwdown. We're gonna need cameras and everything. I'm going to the Cape. I'm bringing my entourage.
Does Northeast Alternatives supply your balls too? Jesus, man. Hey, Cliff, happy birthday. Seriously, we love you. We love
Yes,
you down here.
we
at the
love you.
parlor.
Happy birthday.
He just pulled his finger off the kill switch.
Yeah, we just got canceled. We're part of
Yeah.
the cancel
Well,
culture now.
it's good to have a job right now, Cliff. You know, isn't it?
It is
I mean,
good.
so many people right now are out of work.
Including us. Including us now. We are no longer the nighttime radio show of Lemonadio.com, I think. But you know what? I'm willing to take that sacrifice. I will speak my mind. And I'm going to...
Sometimes you need a futile gesture.
I didn't want to
Turns
forget
the tide.
to tell everybody, because everybody's so used to being stuck in at home now. The parlor is officially open. We're open down
Yeah.
here.
It's true. So if you want to come down here and watch two handsome gentlemen, I want to say handsome gentlemen,
We are
talk
handsome.
to each other and hold hands under the table. I mean,
And
it's free to get in, I think.
watch Jackie, and the artist Jackie and the Wizard are going to put on a hellacious performance tonight. So you're not going to want to miss that, because it's one of the most fun shows that I get to do whenever we're working with Jackie and the Wizard. Two of my favorite people. So get your asses down here to the parlor. Providence, Rhode Island, we're North Main Street. We're right across from, you know, just look for the cool people hanging out.
That's right. All the Fonzies are outside.
And also watch us. The parlor is we're streaming this as well on their Facebook page. Is that correct, Eddie?
Yes, their Facebook page, Twitch, and YouTube.
All right, and so go check them out. Check out 13 Folds Live. Do we have the donate button set up this week?
Oh yeah, virtual cover charge. You can go check the video descriptions, and it's all there.
Yeah, so donate
there.
all the money that comes in through our virtual admissions goes direct to the band, direct to the engineers, and we're just trying to get these guys. It's hard making a living in this industry nowadays, and
Yeah,
hopefully
the money goes direct to the engineers, direct to the bands, and from there straight to the bar.
yeah,
It's hard
but
trying to make an industry in this here.
in this here
time.
COVID thing. Remember back when people used to be allowed to come out to shows and look at them live,
Well, they are again, and that's cool.
and
Progress. Like,
We're
yeah,
doing it here.
You know, for all the people that said it wouldn't happen, you know, told you so.
It's happening, and not only is it happening, it's happening in force, because we got a bunch of shows lined up over the entire summer. Eddie, what do we got lined up for the people coming up for shows this next month?
This Saturday, June 12th, will be the Turptown Farmers Market in Spencer, Mass. from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Visit all your favorite vendors in the community. And that same day, in South Providence, Platforms Dance Club is hosting Stone Road Band, Sugar Cones, and They Were Robots. That'll be a great show to come out to. I suggest you don't miss that one. And June 19th, Canna Bros and 13 Folds present the Summer Haze Canna Rally and Art Festival. Keep up with our social media pages to learn more about that event. And June 26th, Black Sheep Entertainment and 13 Folds bring you Beach Stock Part 2 at the Hills Tavern in Chepachet, Rhode Island. Doors at 1 p.m. There'll be a 311 tribute band. I think they're called All Mixed Up. Frantic Endeavors playing. From the Pub to the Graveyard is playing, and Cosmic Factory as well. It'll be a full day of music, indoors and outdoors. And then the following month, July 10th, we have Cannabros and 13 Folds presenting Freedom Sesh Cannabis Rally in Auburn, Mass. We'll have music, vendors, food, and more. Keep up with our social media pages to learn more and send us a message for details. That same day, we will also be presenting Nate Cozzolino and the Lost Arts at Platforms with special guests Beetle Funk. That show will be starting at 8 p.m. So after you visit us in Auburn, come to South Providence and visit us there.
Or just follow us around. You know, it's going to be one long party that day.
I wonder if Beetle Funk was Beetle Jazz.
Yes.
Really?
Same
Awesome.
people, yes.
Those guys can funk.
Nice.
They know how.
And our last announcement for now is July 18th. We have 13 Folds Lobster Boil taking place out in Cape Cod.
I'm so going to this.
Message 13 Folds Magazine on Facebook for details about that. But yeah, I plan to be there too.
Oh,
You know
it's
what? There's
good
also
stuff.
July 31st, I think, is Manifest Entertainment is doing their summer tour featuring the New Motif, Sundog Organ Trio, and Sex and Candy, which I love that band name. That's a great band name. And I like Sex and Candy, so it's all the
I
way
think
around.
that's a lyric. I was listening to a
I
song
smell
recently.
Sex and candy.
Sex and yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be at Platforms Dance Club. We also have a bunch of other show announcements coming up. We will be
Promise.
broadcasting live at Terptown Throwdown in Spencer, Mass. This year. That show's August 20th and 21st, featuring Collie Buds and The Movement and a bunch of other great bands. We're also going to be at the Harvest Cup in Worcester, Mass. On November 13th and 14th. We have a bunch of huge tour packages that are coming out in September that we're doing in conjunction with Black Sheep Entertainment. And Mr. Hanson, you have a show coming up real soon, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The 12th?
Yeah, I mean you're promoting other stuff. I'm not gonna
Dude,
involve.
Throw
Promote
it
your
in there.
stuff,
Let
man. What
us
do you
know.
ju-
We need options.
Yeah, it's a local show. You know, there's not a big deal, but it's a Saturday and Sunday, the 12th and the 13th
At Nick and E's?
at Nick and E's. It's their 30th anniversary.
Oh,
There's
awesome.
24 bands playing. I'm just one of the bands playing, but it's gonna be cool.
The
That's
name
a
of
full festival.
Yeah,
lineup,
we're
if you
playing
ask
all
me.
new
24
material.
bands. Wow.
We have,
the name of the show is, I think, Viking Jesus and Others.
And 23 others. Yeah.
No,
And 23 others.
No,
23
there's really,
supporting.
There's really talented people on the bill. There's Mark Cutler and his
Oh, nice.
Men of Great Courage. They're incredible. The Cohogs are playing. Smith and Whedon.
Okay.
There's Ryan Jackson's opening the whole thing.
This is going to be an awesome show.
Blue Dream, which I hope
love
they
Blue
named.
Dream.
I hope they named it after the pot.
I've had them play one of our shows before.
I've smoked that strain. It's very good.
I like that strain.
Absolutely.
I want to give a quick shout out to Jess Salemi for tuning in despite her hotel fire alarm not turning off. And shout out to Brian Cabral for tuning in as well.
Yay,
He
little
just
Bri.
texted me and he's like, damn, Chris and Dave are ruthless.
Totally, man. We are ruthless. We're crazy.
So
Better watch out, Brian.
So listen, guys, we're actually going to have a quick performance. We're going to play a couple songs from Jackie and the Wizard, and
The
then
artist Jackie.
and then we're actually we're going to play some. We're going to come in with a word from our sponsors. Then we're going to come back. We're going to talk to the artist Jackie and the Wizard and dig.
Save me a little bit of anticipation here on some.
So anyway, we're going to be right back. So now, guys, you're listening to 13 Folds Alive at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com. Here is the artist Jackie and the Wizard.
Louder up here.
Master of ceremonies, mistress of the night. I'm only up and up, yeah, on the down low. I'm only up and up, yeah, on the down low. You're shit bomb, heart attack, stabbed in the back. I'm pulling a prank, hopscotch, skipping a jump. Cat choking fool, choking on guts. No sense of humor, you got your goddamn mind. You got no sense of humor, you got your goddamn mind. Low sticks, he's a rambling man. High stepping on the techno dance, my best friend. Forgot my name when your best friend. Forget your name, shirtless, sweaty bald head, eyes bugging out. Does he know me? I can't tell. Gonzo out there riding the E-train, heading way out, 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 heading way out. Solitude, isolation, I'm by myself, safe and secure, loud as I want, quiet as I want, warm as I want. It's not enough, it's never enough. More, 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 I need more. More, 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 I need more. I need more. Dark in the night and the shadows alive, no surprise, cat eyes. Dark in the night and the shadows feel alive, no surprise, cat eyes, cat eyes, cat eyes. Yeah, it's your goddamn mind, goddamn mind. Got your goddamn mind, goddamn mind. Got your goddamn mind, goddamn mind, goddamn mind, goddamn mind, goddamn mind, goddamn mind. And that song goes out to Jeff, Professor Chaos, who's out of his goddamn mind. So this goes out to anyone who drives a hatchback and you think you're hot. You probably are, so it's for you. Catcalls, you're a doll. Keep moving, stay safe. Rude or right, see what they see. You got it going on. You got it going on. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. Truck drivers on the prowl, always looking down. Beep beep, honk honk. Beep beep, honk honk. They like what they see. They like what they see. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You got it going on. You got it going on. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. Cat calls, you're a doll. Keep moving, stay safe. Rude or right, see what they see. You got it going on. You got it going on. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You got it going on. You got it going on. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. Truck drivers on the prowl, always looking down. Beep beep, honk honk. Beep beep, honk honk. They like what they see. They like to see. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You got it going on. You got it going on. You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're You're a hottie in a hatchback. You're a hottie in a hatchback. I'm Irish Jackie, that's the wizard. You know, 13 folds. Live from the parlor. Gotta give it up for Gregory. His spirit, his love for music keeps this place alive, keeps us alive. And if you're feeling down, you just gotta keep your eyes on the prize. Manifest, manifest, manifest. If you dream it, it can happen. Don't trip it up. You think the grass is greener on the other side. You can't see over the fence. The sun is shining over there. Thunder and lightning pouring down. Thunder and lightning pouring down. Over here. Over here. I'm working out and I can hop the fence to keep running and keep on and on and on. Count my eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Trippin', how you trippin'? Don't trip it up. Don't trip it up. How you trippin', don't trip it up. You think the grass is greener on the other side. You can't see over the fence. The sun is shining over there. Thunder and lightning's pouring down. Thunder and lightning's pouring down. Over here. Over here. But I'm working out and I can hop the fence and keep running and keep on and on and on. And keep my eyes on the prize. And keep your eyes on the prize. I'm tripping. How you tripping? Don't trip it up. Don't trip it up. Keep my eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. I've been working out and I can hop the fence. Keep my eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. Mars Jackie. This is the wizard. We're live from the parlor, and it's 13 Folds Radio.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary, located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu. We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products, as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur in you. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Welcome back to 13 Folds Live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com. Presented by Northeast Alternatives and sponsored by Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and Kind Card. If you're not watching the live stream on YouTube, go subscribe to 13 Folds Live now, because this show you're going to definitely want to watch. It's always an unbelievable performance. Or go find the Parlour Providence on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and donate to the performers and engineers that put their blood, sweat, and tears into all of this. All proceeds do go to them. Jackie and Jamie, we lost it. We lost.
So
a
what's
person.
up, Wizard?
Woohoo!
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Good to have you on the show. I hear this is your second appearance.
Oh, yeah. We're at
Awesome.
Platform's last location, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it's good to have you back. Maybe there was some static last time.
We
but
were rookies
we're
back
pretty,
then.
We're pretty good now.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
rookies
Absolutely.
back then. We kind of got our shit together now.
We got it on lock.
We got it on. It's definite. You know what? The good thing is, after this show, you will definitely be able to see the performance again.
Absolutely.
Unlike the last time.
Artist Jackie.
I think we had some audio issues last time, if I remember correctly.
Well, we shouldn't dwell on the past.
Yeah, we won't worry about that mute
We're
button
here.
too much.
Let's move forward. That's the theme of this. That's the theme of this show.
Love you,
is
Brian. Love you.
Moving forward, making progress, and
And here we are.
here we are.
You sound amazing.
Thank you.
I was.
All these drops all over here is my sweat.
Yeah, it is pretty
That's
hot
cool.
in here.
That's pretty cool. I like it. And it's like
It's definitely cool.
I think it's cool. Yeah.
That's that you sweat making art. That's
Yeah.
what you do.
It gives a punk vibe
I'm
to
part
the
of
show.
the parlor now.
Yeah. That will soak in. That will remain.
Introduce yourselves, just for our listeners, for those listeners who do not know you.
I'm artist Jackie Francis. Artist Jackie. That's the Wizard, Bico Environmental, Jamie Ray Tavares. He's got a bunch of names. Even his real name has 3.
Thanks for the introduction.
No problem.
As in first, middle, and
Yeah, but not
And
not everyone you know does that.
no.
No.
He does.
Sometimes they
That's
go
cool.
last first, which is interesting.
I like it. It works.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Jamie is my favorite Facebook personality.
That's awesome that you say that.
I really do.
Because he's got some haters. He does.
You know what? Screw them, man.
He's my
Because
favorite mustache.
definitely.
You know?
The mustache is getting huge.
Oh, I like
Providence
Tell you
on
that, man.
Facebook, people. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But seriously, on Facebook, I look at Jamie's
I'm talking to you,
posts
people. Yeah.
once a day, and there's always a message in there that
He makes you think.
hits home. And
You got to read it twice. You can't read it just once.
No.
No.
Sometimes 3 or 4 times.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'll comment and make some asshole remark on him. Usually.
I got to usually go to him and say, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
But Jackie, I admire your willingness to name names. Like, you don't just talk shit. You like.
call them out.
I love it.
What do you mean? What are you talking?
Great work.
Thank
I'm
you.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah. I try. I don't always name names though. Sometimes you gotta. People want to be anonymous.
So
It's funny we're talking about posts. I think if you look at the amount of posts you see in a day, we're all superstars at this point. It's pretty,
I just don't
it's pretty
post. I just
wild.
share.
yeah,
How-
I share because posting to me would get myself in trouble.
How did you all come to, not to change it, but how did you all come to be? What started the artist Jackie
Okay,
and
I'll tell the story a few
Turntable
times. I like
Wizard?
telling it. I'll say, so my friend Amber Lynn, who is the lead singer of Vague Perception, they've been a Providence band since 1984.
Yeah.
Invited me to go see Jody Jote and the Volt on Halloween at Madcap.
Awesome.
I had no fucking clue what Madcap was. It was just a Jody Jote and the Volt show. I've seen them a couple of times. She plays the Crazy
cool.
Cat Lady song.
Which venue was that?
This is at dusk. It was Madcap.
All right.
And it was 2017, October 31st. So I go in there, and I don't know anyone. I just know Amber. And if you know Amber, it's a trip just being with Amber. Love you, Amber. And so we sit down on that couch right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
And Nate gets up with a full band, and he plays I Built the Shadow.
Yeah.
And I look at Amber and I go, wow,
song.
this fucking guy's good. This is going to be an awesome set. And that was the only fucking song he played, and he walked off the stage, and I was like, well, that's weird, man. Why does this band only play one song? That's freaking weird. I've never seen a band play one song before. So I went over to him, and I was like, I'll talk to anyone. I was like, yo, dude, you were awesome, but like, why'd you only play one song? And he's like, oh, it's a Madcap. It's an open mic. I'm the host, but I'll play more later. Thanks for coming. You know, it was cool. So then I liked him on Facebook, and then he messaged me. Nate messaged me and was like, hey, nice meeting you. You should come back to Madcap. So I went back to Madcap the next week, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after, and I sat on the window side of the bar by myself, and I just ordered a beer and just watched the show. And Linny Chan was the first one to come up to me and say hi, and then it was like Nicole Purcell said hi. And then I started knowing people. And Jamie was one of the people there. So it wasn't until maybe, I think, March of 2018, I had my iPad and I wrote the Steve Jobs Band on the outside of it, and I plugged it in, and I was Jackie is Fabulous in the Steve Jobs Band, and I played 3 songs at Madcap. So then I used to go to Nate's shows a lot and film him with the video. And I went to a basement party on 420 in 2018, and Nate was playing, and Jamie was there and hosting, being part of it. And at the end, and Nate played, Jamie got up there and did his sampler thing with the live DJ spinning records. And no one was on the mic, so I said, hey, can I get on the mic? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. So I went on the mic, and I just did the thing that I've done on Your Wednesday Night, and I did it with Animal Face. I've done it a million times. I just get up and sing my lyrics to whatever rhythm or tempo anyone's doing. And I can fit it, and it works most of the time, you know? I have a few songs that work with anything I can put it to, you know? And I did that with Jamie, and he was like, hey, we could do that at Madcap. So we did it at Madcap. And then he was like, hey, I can put your beats in my sampler. And I was like, all right, cool. And we started doing that at Madcap, and we played every Madcap for a few years. And then we toured in 2019 and played over 100 shows in 2019.
Wow.
And we were killing it. I felt really good about what we were doing. We were going to do I was booking the next tour, and then
2020,
COVID
right?
happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
North Carolina gig got canceled, and our Delaware gig got canceled, and our New Jersey gig got canceled. And so we started doing the Artist Jackie show and just keep playing and hanging and playing and doing what we do. So here we are.
So after Madcap, you decided to start doing the live stream.
Well, at first, Madcap did a live stream, and that went from like maybe March or April to August, and then they said they wanted to take a break, a hiatus, and they didn't want to do it anymore. But for us, it was me, Jamie, and Brian Cabral. It was the highlight of our week was to get together on Monday and just hang out, drink, smoke, and play a set.
And
do what we always did. And Brian wasn't doing shit, so he got to do sound and lights, and he was having fun, and we were having fun. And we decided to just keep doing it on Monday night. So we started inviting 2 guests Monday, and then we'd play. And the Artist Jackie show became.
Awesome. And you guys had Eddie Bills on there Monday.
Eddie Bills was on it. He killed it last night. He killed it.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on Artist Jackie's Facebook page and check that out.
And it's produced by The Wizard and Brian Cabral.
Nice. So this is like crossover week for us.
It is, yes.
I'm glad we get to
It's like back in the day when you watch the Celtics and they'd have a away game when they'd go play someone and then they'd play right back.
They play right back. That's exactly.
I used to be a huge Celtics fan, but now sports are fixed and it's stupid. So.
Well, yeah,
it is.
It's
you can deny it, but it is.
Especially without. I don't watch basketball anymore. I liked basketball back in the heyday, like in the. In the late 80s, early 90s.
I liked it till Jordan retired and LeBron, Kobe, I just couldn't do it.
It was tough watching sports last year, actually, with COVID.
Is that when you actually started doing music at the Madcap?
No.
No, you've been doing this
I have
for
a long,
a while.
yeah. So I made my first tape called Skinny J in 1997 with my brother. That was my name because my friends called me
Skinny J.
Skinny in high school, and my
Skinny
name was
J.
so my name was Skinny J, and I have a tape that we made on a 4-track. I still have it on my computer. It's pretty. I like it. I think it's good. And then I made 3 songs with my brother, and my brother's a good musician. My older brother, he can shred on guitar, he can play any instrument. He's just got like kids and important shit to do. So he doesn't really play music so much anymore. But I went to him one time in 2003, and I was like, "Yo, dude, I got these songs in my head. If I hum them to you, can you play them?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So we made 3 songs, and they were just like, "Hey, this is what I hear in my head," and he freaking played it, and it's pretty awesome. And then my brother's kind of like one of those, all know those musicians who like a perfectionist, and they like get mad at the bass player and yell at him, and the bass player walks out, and then they're like, "What? Where's our band?" Like,
yeah, I know some musicians like that.
That's usually about something else.
So like,
That ain't me,
we
bro.
never could get a band together with my brother. It just never worked out. Like either the bass player or the drummer always quit. So I didn't do music from like 2003 to 2009. I did no music. But I had written all these songs, and my friend Keith calls me one day, and he says, "Hey, you still have all those songs you wrote?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got tons of songs I wrote." He's like, "All right, I booked you a gig. You got 3 weeks. I got you a band, and we have to practice." I'm like, "All right." So we practiced 5 times in 3 weeks, and I played my first show.
Nice.
In 2009. And then one of the guys in that band did kind of what Jamie does, and me and him started doing a duo, and it was called the Bozo Nightmare.
Great name. Great name.
It's not a great name. It's actually a terrible name. Like I love the
that's a good name.
Loser by Beck has Forces of Evil in the Bozo Nightmare line, and I
right.
thought that was a cool name. Until you name your band that, and you realize like 50% of the population has a clown phobia, and they don't want to go to your show because they think you're ICP.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah.
There's that.
I didn't
and
think about that.
Yeah, it's a major factor. So yeah. So
Wizard.
then we just changed the name to BZNM.
Yeah. Wizard is so non-clown.
Yeah,
No, he's not a clown.
Where did you start doing the beats and stuff? Has that always been a thing for you, brother?
I started collecting records when I was like 16.
Nice.
Crate on the side of the road, and I brought it home. And
At our
so
studio,
intrigued
where the
from
Artist
there.
Jackie show is filmed, Jamie has like 7,000 albums.
Dude, really?
Nice.
Jesus.
See, but I've seen Jamie perform as well on, play his guitar and everything. You're a talented musician beyond what you're doing up on.
throughout high
You
school,
know what he
my
did?
20s, I was always a lead
So
guy. Go ahead.
You guys mentioned a 311 band.
Yes.
Jamie was in a 311 band
Nice.
and did vocals.
Yeah, we did it for 3 years.
I
it was
can't
fun.
imagine that.
Amber is the color of
I
his
can't.
energy.
He played S.A.
He
Martinez. Yeah, that
speaks
guy.
well.
Yeah, he was the dude.
So,
You know?
so
He was a
who
DJ as
He was
well.
down.
who was your biggest music influence growing up? And let's start with Jamie. Who was your biggest music influence growing up?
Just classic rock on the radio. My parents always just
Freedom Rock.
Yeah, Freedom Rock, man. Turn it up.
Turn it up. What about you, Jackie?
I have like 4. The top 4 that really influenced me, and number 1 is the first one was Prince.
All right.
Because my brother loved Eddie Van Halen, and he loved him so much. And I was like the younger brother, and I was like, I want someone to love too. And MTV was a big thing, and I picked Prince to be mine.
Pretty
All
good
right.
Eddie
choice,
Van
I
Halen
have
was
to say.
his. And
Both very good guitar players.
yeah. And then it was Jim Morrison, because my friend came over one time with a video cassette copy of the Doors movie and left it in my apartment when I was 19 years old. And I watched that movie every day I came home from work for 2 weeks straight. I watched the Doors movie as soon as I came home. And then I found out what Jim Morrison really looked like, and I was so disappointed that he wasn't Val Kilmer.
Well, Val Kilmer then is very different from Val Kilmer now.
Val Kilmer
Yeah,
now,
Val Kilmer
is
now looks like Jim
disappointed that he's
Morrison
not
then. Like,
Val Kilmer, Jim Morrison.
and then it was Perry Farrell
All right.
and Iggy Pop.
Did you know Perry when he was doing the SciComm stuff where he was
No, I kind of got into Perry. I didn't know Perry until Caught Stealing, and then I went backwards.
nice?
Yeah, and I loved Perry.
He's got new
Forward
stuff
is
coming
good
out.
too.
yeah, but he got married and stopped doing drugs, and I don't like him anymore.
Oh, he
Yeah.
still does drugs. He has to.
No.
I
He
bet
drinks
he
wine
does.
and might smoke some weed, but
Yeah,
he's
he
not
does
smoking
drugs.
crack in the trees anymore.
Well, no,
Tahiti.
he doesn't need to smoke the crack.
No.
Have you heard the song he did with Jim Morrison? He took like one of Jim Morrison's songs.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
like
pretty
that.
chill.
Yeah, I like that. He's done a lot of Perry's
It's
done
kinda
a lot of guest appearances on a lot of things. Like he actually did a song with our friend Hash, Beauty Corporation. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Hash played on that. They probably played it live at Glastonbury or something.
I'm pretty sure Thievery Corp is just announced they're going on a tour, starting another tour too.
Midwest
so
tour,
cool.
I think.
Yeah. I hate saying that. I say that way too much. You got to slap me when I say it. Next time I say it, slap me. We're on video.
I'm just getting my hand ready.
I'm in like is like Judge Judy gets really mad with that shit.
Backhand or. Yeah, right.
I can definitely see Iggy Pop though. I've said that to you before. Like I watch you perform and I see so much Iggy Pop in what you do, and I appreciate that. So we're gonna do a few more songs. You guys ready to do another 3 songs for the masses?
Yeah.
So
and this first song we're gonna do is called "Change Your Ways," and that's actually a Bozo Nightmare song.
Oh, awesome. So guys, stick around. Listen to the artist Jackie and the Wizard. You're listening to 13 Folds live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com.
Lemonadio. What?
Radio, dead air's not good. Love is an atmosphere high like the clouds. Hate is a hole burning deep in the ground. I am the light and beauty and sound. You in the dark, screaming loud. You're giving in before you try. Supposed to live before you die. You numb yourself so you don't feel pain, but you always end up feeling the same. You gotta get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing
You gotta
Tomorrow
change your
life
ways.
moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while.
You gotta get up, and get up, and get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Wasting energy in a prison of thoughts. I'm on the run and I can't be caught. I found my way when I thought I was lost. And Sharon was queen, and Talon was boss. And people I love hurting every day, and thinking they're all miles away. Open your eyes and you might realize it's right in front of your face. You gotta get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll still be doing
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Get up, get up, get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up.
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Cold and dark when the shadows move. Cold and dark watching shadows move. You're cold and dark watching shadows move. And guess what? And joke's on you. You're cold and dark watching shadows move. Cold and dark watching shadows move. You're cold and dark watching shadows move. There's always something you can do. You can get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll be 50. And I'll still be doing
You can change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while.
You
could
gotta
miss it.
get
Life
up,
moves.
get up, get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up.
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. Life moves pretty fast.
Love is an atmosphere high like the clouds. Hate is a hole burning deep in the ground. I am the light and beauty and sound. You are the dark, screaming loud. Give it in before you try. Supposed to live before you die. You numb yourself so you don't feel pain, but you always end up feeling the same. You gotta get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll still be doing
You gotta change your
pretty
ways.
fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
You gotta get up and get up and get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up.
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while. You could miss it.
Wasting energy in a prison of thoughts. I'm on the run and I can't be caught. I found my way when I thought I was lost. Sharon was queen, and Talon was boss. And people I love hurting every day, and thinking they're all miles away. Open your eyes and you might realize cause it's right in front of your face. You gotta get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'll still be doing this shit.
You gotta
Life
change
moves
your
pretty
ways.
fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
You gotta get up, get up, get up.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up.
You gotta change your ways.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while,
You gotta change
you could
your
miss
ways.
it. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake
You
up.
gotta change your
Life moves
ways.
pretty fast.
You
Tomorrow
gotta
I'm gonna
change
wake
your
up.
ways.
Life moves
You
pretty
gotta
fast.
change your ways.
Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. Life
You
moves
gotta
pretty
change your
fast.
ways.
Tomorrow I'm gonna
Change your
wake up.
ways.
Life moves pretty
Change your
fast.
ways.
Tomorrow I'm gonna
Change
wake
your
up.
ways.
Life moves pretty fast. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. Life moves pretty fast. No. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. And I'll still be doing this shit. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. And I'll still be doing this shit.
So if you're wondering, that was Ferris Bueller and Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting. Ben Affleck's like, I'm gonna be 50. He cracks open a beer at their construction site, and he's like, you're so fucking smart, man. You shouldn't be here with me. And you know, Ferris Bueller. Proud to be. The sharks are thrashing, you're gonna follow the lead. No blood, no water, but still they feed. Ooh, violent tension, going by the hook. Deal you raw like you're shot in the foot. Get lost in shuffle, you better follow the trend. You're gonna join the rat race, it never ends. Everyone wanna be someone, but you got nothing to say. Tune in, turn off, you're all getting played. You proud to be American, you proud to be free. You proud to be what they all want you to be. I'm proud to be American, I'm proud to be free. I'm proud to be what they don't want you to be. Under the radar, you strive, survive. Cross on cross, go tell a few lies. Earn their trust, go ahead, pass go. Once inside, then explode. Get lost in the shuffle, you're gonna follow the trend. You're gonna join the rat race, it never ends. And everyone wanna be someone, but you got nothing to say. Tune in, turn off, y'all getting played. You proud to be American, you proud to be free. You proud to be what they all want you to be. You proud to be American, you proud to be free. You proud to be what they all want you to be. I'm proud to be American, I'm proud to be free. Proud to be what they don't want you to be. I'm proud to be. You proud to be. You proud to be. You proud to be. I'm proud to be. I'm proud to be. I'm proud to be. Give it for the wizard. The wizard. He's got special powers. He is certified. He's a certified wizard. Certified wizard.
Certifiable.
You gotta rattle your chains the loudest. You gotta rattle your chains the loudest. You gotta rattle your chains. Tell me what I wanna know. Tell me what I wanna hear. Tell me what I wanna know. Another. You're saying the same old thing. What will it take? It's all fake. Yeah, time. The sunshine. Good night. Goodbye. Hail the chief. So be it. Fall asleep. You so need it. Think too deep. You don't see it. Take a seat. Believe it. Hail the chief. So be it. Fall asleep. You so need it. Think too deep. You don't see it. Take a seat. as the fight goes on and on. 1, 2, 3, who are you not voting for? 1, 2, 3, who are you not voting for? 1, 2, 3. They lie to you to make more money, use you for the bottom line. Lie to you to make more money. Lie to you to make more money, use you for the bottom line. Lie to you to make more money. You gotta rally your chains the loudest. You gotta rally your chains. Tell me what I wanna know. Tell me what I wanna hear. Tell me what I wanna know. Thank you.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary. Located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu. We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur in you. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
13 Folds live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com.
Oh.
Awesome performance, guys.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's my favorite thing when I have you. It's just you guys put on such an awesome performance. Not to mention, who the fuck else has a wizard?
No one.
As their hype man, you know?
You guys are like a 70s, TV superhero duo.
Well, I just talked to Glenn from the Green Sabbath band about, like, you do animation, right? Well, I got this cartoon of me and the Wizard. We're talking about, like, maybe doing a Me and the Wizard cartoon. Like,
He's an amazing artist.
Yeah. And
He's
he was
a
like,
cool
yeah, I'm
dude.
kind of interested. I'm looking for my next thing, so.
We actually have a pretty cool crowd down here, I have to say. I looked around just a minute
thank you,
ago,
everyone, for
and
coming. Thank you.
It's pretty hot in here.
It is hot.
I can't see what you look like with these lights on my face, but I
Only
see
the beautiful people are here.
All beautiful people. I love all these
Absolutely.
people in this room. They're all. If you're not down here right now, you're missing out. Come and be a part of our studio audience. And this is just going to get bigger as this night goes on. More and more people are coming out. Everybody's getting their vaccines, so people feel safer. I got my vaccine. I got my second shot yesterday, and I was dying today. Like, I was so fatigued. But I got my second win once I walked into the Parlour, man.
Yeah.
Well, once I walked in and I saw you guys, saw these lovely faces,
He knew it was going to be business. He knew it was going to be pleasure.
Business as
he knew
usual,
it was going to
man.
be all that stuff. And here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, artist Jackie.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up for you? Did you grow up around here? Were you?
I grew up in Canton, Mass.
Canton, Mass.
Canton, Mass was like when I don't know how many people live there now, but when I was a kid, it was like 18,000 people probably. Predominantly white suburb, upper middle class.
Yeah.
But like my family, my grandmother sold my dad the house for $1, so we weren't rich, but everyone else was. Like
you were house rich.
We were house rich, yeah.
That's some retirement right there.
Yeah,
nowadays.
but my mom would be like, "Yeah, your dad's overtime was cut, so it's posture this whole week." You know, like that was my childhood. But it was weird growing up because it was old times, you know, and there's no internet. Yeah. So if you wondered something, like you couldn't just go search it.
No, you had to
just
imagine
kept wondering about it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so I had a lot of thoughts about who I was and whatever, but I didn't know shit, you know. I mean, there was one gay kid in my high school, and he got made fun of a lot, and that was the life back then. So.
Well, and that's sad because.
Yeah, it's sad, but that was reality,
it's reality,
right?
Yeah, it was like 1990.
Yeah,
you know, like
but I'm glad we're talking about this because I know we usually like to keep the show fun and entertaining, but it is Pride Month, and I want to take the opportunity to kind of shed some light on what it is like being part of that the LGBTQ community, and growing up in that environment and discussing some of the struggles that you have to go through just to be who you are.
When did you
the good thing about
realize-
me is I have all of you, you know, and I have a good support system.
Absolutely.
And, that's what gives me strength.
You're part of
know?
like a large community right now.
Yeah, I really am, and it's like it's literally my family, like, you know, for real, and so it makes it a lot easier. But like, I'm telling you, like, for the longest time, I didn't know shit. Like, I just was wondering shit, you know, and
thinking about things. You were
like I went and got the Bay Windows. It was like a newspaper that was free in Boston, and you look in the back, and you had like, it was like a cross-dresser group. Like you could go meet people that dressed up as women, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, you know. And that was 1999.
And how old were you at that point?
I was like 24 or something.
Is that when you thought like maybe you wanted to dress up as a woman?
I want to dress up as a woman since I was like 7.
No
All
kidding.
right.
Awesome.
But I didn't know what the fuck that was, though. You know, it's like, oh, just weird. Like, keep that to yourself. Don't tell anyone that shit. You know, like.
Well, and that was the
because
environment we grew up in, and then
that was the culture. I mean, 1990, for instance, that was like the peak of Eddie Murphy, like
Raw,
comedy, and just the ruthless takedown of.
There's so many
anything
movies,
different.
like even like Home Alone would not be able to be made today.
Oh,
oh
no.
God.
And there's so many movies that just, you know, today wouldn't be. So today it's like way, way better, you know? Like even 10 years ago when I started my transition to be Jackie, like people stared at me way more. Like little kids would point at me and tap their mom, and then some dude would be like, yo, dude, check that out. And they'd like, ugh, and they start laughing at me in the store and shit. And like now I just kind of blend well, you know? Like I don't.
But
you know, I don't turn heads at every friggin' aisle anymore.
But you do still have incidents. You just had an incident not too long ago.
I had an incident recently at a club, and it's kind of a minor one, but some dude came up to me and said, "You remind me of Silence of the Lambs." And all right, now you're calling me Buffalo Bill, you fuckhead? Like, that's kind of an insult. I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. I walked away, and then our friend Nick, who plays drums in your band, said, Jackie, I heard what that fucking guy said to you. That's unacceptable. Fuck that shit. He goes, I know that guy. I know who he knows. I'm going to say shit. So he went over to the person that knows the guy and said, yo, you need to check your boy. You can't be talking to Jackie that way here. And it meant so much to me that, like, because I was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'm going that way. You're over here. I don't give a shit. Like, but Nick was like, no, fuck that. Some people need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah.
And I love that for about Nick, you know,
man.
like
Nick
that.
the Pipe's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he's everyone's like big brother or something.
He's an awesome character.
Yeah, he really
Absolutely.
is.
You know.
I've had other incidents, you know.
Now, was your family supportive as you were going through, figuring out everything?
No.
So tell
my
us.
mom was always kind of supportive. My dad had a hard time.
Well, tell us about that, because you and I have talked about the story.
Did you have a hard relationship before?
I'll tell you right now. I'll start off with me and my dad are cool now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. But back then, it was in 1997, And even then, trans wasn't a thing, really. You heard of like transsexuals, transvestites, like, oh, weird people, whatever.
It would be like
but
a
it was a
moment in a
transgender
film.
was not even a word yet.
No.
Right.
Okay. So in discovering myself, I thought, you know, am I gay? I've had long-term relationships with women and men in my life. So
you get the best of both worlds for a while there.
I just love people that are awesome. You know, souls, people. It's not
Humans
about
are
parts.
cool.
It's about connection.
And
to
that's
me.
what it should be about.
Yeah.
It's what it's always should be about.
So I had a boyfriend, and I'd go away the weekend and see him. And I'd stay away 3 days or whatever. And my parents thought I was just partying and getting wasted. And I wasn't really doing that. I was just hanging out with my boyfriend. And so finally came to the point where I had to tell my mom like what was going on. And so it's like, yo, Mom, I'm dating this guy. And at the time, I thought I was gay. I won't call myself gay now. I call myself pansexual, which means you just love whoever. You know,
Everyone.
Yeah. So back then, though, I didn't pansexual. I didn't know what the hell that was. You know. So I was like, yeah, I'm dating this guy. And my mom cried. And was like, you're gonna have a hard time. Your life is gonna be really hard. And so she said, you go away and I'll handle your father. So I get home on Monday and I'm sitting at the kitchen table and I'm eating Lucky Charms and I'm reading the sports page in the Herald. And my dad comes in the kitchen and he looks at me and says, you are what I hate. I would rather have found out you were dead in a car accident than what your mother just told me.
That's horrible.
And I just kind of looked at him and was like, ate my Lucky Charms and turned the page of the sports and whatever, Dad. And he didn't talk to me for 3 weeks. And then I came home one day and he stood at the top of the stairs. He says, you were my favorite. I love you so much. I don't want to know anything about your personal life, but you're my son and I love you.
And now what's that relationship like now, though?
Now it's great. I'm
Yeah.
Jackie. He tells me jokes every day. And most of the time they're not funny, but...
That's his privilege, right?
He's like, yeah, you know, I fell asleep and had a dream I was a muffler, and I woke up exhausted. You know, like stupid stuff. Like that. So he laughed though. But me and my dad are great friends, and he came around, and it was one day, it was probably 5 years after that incident, where he said he was at work and he heard some guys talking shit about gay people, and he said, I looked at them and said, you're ignorant. And
That's
my dad
awesome.
came along, and he no longer was that guy anymore, you know? So it can happen. You
can
know?
change.
It does
If your
happen.
family hates you at first or is like freaking out, like, just give them space.
My family hates me and I'm straight. So, I
See,
mean,
all right.
shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Choices, Dave, choices.
I make
There's no
many
cure
bad
for
ones.
douche.
But honestly,
But my
that's-
parents are both awesome, and I love them both, and they love me, and it's
I
no
think-
problem anymore.
I
But
think a lot of it
I'm
has
glad.
to do with education.
it
And
really is.
people are scared of what they don't understand, and it's always
Exactly.
been that way.
My dad didn't know back then.
and
Some people have a hard time loving, you know, too, or have a hard time with emotion or straight up hard conversations, and you know, it doesn't always
Yeah.
work out in the end.
Right.
You know, in
I was
those
very
situations.
fortunate.
Sometimes it ends in suicide. Sometimes it ends in like, you know, a complete
We
disbanded.
can get to that point, the suicide point. But
well, you know what?
Thank God.
The transgender
'Cause what a
community
treasure.
experiences like a frightening level of discrimination.
Yeah.
And abuse, suicide. I mean, even discrimination through economics, and
I won a discrimination case when I transitioned and lost my job, and I sued him and I won.
now when did
Awesome.
you transition? And
All right,
was
so
that liberating?
You said
for
97. You started to.
Well, in 97, I started like hanging out with my drag queen boyfriend, and I bought a dress and all that. But that to me, that I didn't like doing that. That was too painful. It was like a costume, and then you had to take it off, and then you had to go back to being your other life, and it was a costume. I didn't feel
Right.
real,
Yeah.
and the whole time I just wanted to be real. So I kind of hesitated and didn't cross-dress very much.
I understand that because I like doing Skeletor, like doing my Skeletor, and when I'm not Skeletor, like now, I feel like I'm being fake.
You told me to hate you, right? I'm sorry.
I don't know how I feel about that comment.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
He's- He's gonna eat that comment after.
Yeah.
After later.
Yeah.
Later,
When I explained
later.
to you what your comment came across as, no.
That's right. You can explain to me in prayer. I figured it out after the fact.
It's all good, though. It's all good.
Hindsight's 20/20, Jackie. You know I
Yeah,
love you.
I love you too.
We've been trying to correct his issues.
So was that liberating though for you when you finally did transition?
Nah, it was
No?
fucking scary as hell. I was gonna lose everything, and I did. You know, I lost my job, I lost my friends, I lost so
But
much.
now, right now, it's liberating.
Yeah,
With
because
all
I
the
just
love that
laid
you
alone
have
in a
and all
dark
the
room, and I kept manifesting that there was a tribe of people, there was musicians, there was rock stars, there was something I was supposed to belong to, and I just kept thinking about it, and I'd go to these drag bars and these drag shows and hang out with the gay people, and I'd be like, this are not my people. No offense to them, they're great people, but I
Sure.
did not feel like that was me, you know, like,
Yeah.
and rock and roll musicians, this is me, and
It's
and
funny.
finally, Amber Lynn said, hey, Jackie, come to Madcap, and
If you don't know where you're going.
there I am, yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought about it for a long time. And I'd look at Providence, and I'd look at the clubs, and I'd see, there's this place called Dusk, and it's near these railroad tracks, and all these metal bands play there. I'm like, I don't know if they'd like me there. And then fucking Saturday, I was at I Destroy. There's like 100 metalheads dressed in black, and there I am talking to Metal Mike and fist bumping them, and it's all good, and no one gives a shit. You know?
No one cares.
I was at the
You're
fucking metal
accepted.
show, you know. And there was a time like 6 years ago, I'd be like, oh no, if they'd like me there, you know.
This is it's a small and somewhat progressive city, somewhat.
That's what I was going to. Great community.
It can happen here. You know, it doesn't happen everywhere, I believe. You know, but
I don't know.
we're
Everyone's
happy
just
to
so
have you.
awesome, you know. Like Rick at Dusk, and I saw John at News Cafe on Saturday, and I love Gregory. And all awesome.
What
people.
would you say like to someone that is in transition or someone that is thinking about it, that like time is on their side, like if they can be patient, if they can
I would say, don't waste time. Don't
Yeah.
waste time. You
get
know?
on with it.
Yeah, I thought
You'll be that
I saw a transgender therapist every 2 weeks for 8 years straight, and she kept saying, "You got no kids, you got no wife, you got nothing to worry about. If you can be you." She's like, "I hold back people that like if they're like 45 years old and they have a whole family to support, then like maybe they shouldn't do this, but you don't have that." And I just was so scared of losing everything, and then it got to the point where I was so sad and I was crying. And I was sick with a sinus infection. I don't know if you remember, any of you remember, but it was 2010, and it was like April, and we had these torrential rainstorms. It was like flooding everywhere, and I had a leak in my ceiling. I remember the water was coming to my ceiling, and I thought, I had a spiral staircase that went up to my apartment. And I thought, fuck this. I gotta make a decision. I'm either gonna hang myself in that fucking staircase, or I'm gonna call the doctor and say, I wanna fucking be a girl. And
Well,
I
you
just
made the
sat
right
there and I
decision.
kind of crying, tears down my face, and I said, fuck it. I said, you know what? If I transition, end up naked, beaten in a cold creek by myself, can't be much worse than I feel right now. So let's give that a shot. And here I am.
Bless you.
A lot of people in the community that are going through what you're going or what you were just discussing, it's difficult. It's difficult because a lot of them don't get the support of their family and friends, and there's a lot of misunderstanding out there. And I think it's better now than it was even 10 years ago. But in your mind, how do you think we close that gap? Don't hit me. How do you think we close that gap to raise
I think
awareness?
good one. No one likes a douchebag. No one likes an asshole. You know, like, you can feel however you like about anyone, but you don't need to go fucking talk to him about it. You know, like if I see someone, I'm like, you know, I don't know what you're wearing that for. I don't go up to them and be like, what the fuck you wearing that for? You know, I just keep it to myself. You know, like, it's a weird outfit, whatever.
Your attitude reflects in your music. Like you're not up there like preaching like, you know.
No, I don't want to rant or preach at people. I want everyone just to be them, you know, like, I'll debate anything with you, but we can agree to disagree, and I'll love you the same, you know. Like.
And that's what I love about you, man. I love you, Jackie.
I think it's important to say that, you know, you're artist Jackie, there to rock.
I gotta tell you a story about Louis over here.
Louis.
Let's hear it.
And this story 100% changed my attitude towards me. And I posted some stuff of myself on one of these New England music groups on Facebook. And I got a lot of hate. You're a fucking man, that's a fucking dude, all this kind of shit. Right?
People are really brave.
I'm at News Cafe, and Louis says, Jackie, come here, Jackie. I want to go talk to you by my car. Let's smoke a bowl, Jackie. So I go over to the Corvette, and we smoke a bowl. And Louis says, I saw some shit you were just taking on Facebook, and I just want to tell you something. Don't listen to that noise, all that bullshit. To all of us, you're artist Jackie, and that all that matters. Gender don't matter, all that shit don't matter. You're artist Jackie. And I was like, yeah. After that, I was like, I'm wearing this necklace right here that Kimberly gave me on my birthday. The bartender Kimberly. It says artist Jackie. And that's because of Louis. I wore it tonight because Louis said, you're artist Jackie.
And you are, and you're a beautiful person all the way around. Like,
thank you.
We had met a bunch of times at Madcap, but we never really got to hang out until this year during COVID, really.
Yeah, it was Viva La Venues.
Yes, and I think that was one of the coolest meetings I had through COVID, because I feel like since then you're like one of my besties in the community.
Yeah,
and
whenever
it's
I see
awesome.
you, it's just all good. And you're like,
yeah,
hey, Dave, what's up?
and we've hung out during COVID and shared weed with each other and didn't die or anything.
No,
it was
we didn't
awesome.
die. Survived the weed.
So just thank you for being who you are.
And thank you all for having me, here. Like, the Parlour's open. You had me on your stage, like, one of the first times ever. Thank you.
It's beautiful to have you.
It is beautiful to have you. And the reason I say thank you.
God loves the wizard.
Is because you.
Without the wizard, there's
Thanks
no
for
act.
remembering me.
There's no this without the wizard. Let's be real.
That's right.
It's
got to feel good to have someone like the wizard in your corner.
Hell yeah.
You're
Magic.
brave, and you're one of the bravest people I've met over the past 10 years in this community, especially. And
Well, when you're at that point, when I was thinking about hanging myself. To me, I had this attitude that this is all extra innings right now. Like. Whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna go to this show. If someone fucks with me, I'll deal with it. But I want to go to a show and see my friends. So.
Yeah.
So, we got another 3 songs coming up. What is the next song about? Do you have them?
It's Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nebraska is a song
flat
where I was at Second Beach in Rhode Island. A lot of people know Second Beach. There's some really good waves. And like all the families and all the people all over there, and I didn't like all that, so I hung out by the surfer side.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of seaweed and big waves, and I like to go jump in the waves. And about 40 minutes into jumping with the waves, you're not jumping as high as you used to, And this big ass wave came, and I was like, I got this. I jumped, and that shit wrecked me. I was like, I didn't know which way was up. Water bubbles are over me. I didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden, I came to, and my favorite sunglasses were gone.
No.
So I walked up to the blanket, and I sat there on the blanket without my sunglasses, and I drank a Miller Lite and smoked some hash, and I thought, fuck, I bet that shit never happened to no kid in Nebraska. So I leave there, and I go home. I go to my boyfriend's, and I think we were smoking a vape pen. It was like that dab vape pen, the old school ones where you put the stuff in the gooey stuff in the thing. I haven't seen those in forever. Most people just have like a blowtorch and shit. And like, I don't have a blowtorch, but anyway, we were smoking, and we started watching this compilation video of police brutality. So there was like this policeman that shot this kid who was just sitting on a wall by his car, smoking a joint and eating an ice cream cone. And then some cop went into a classroom and like flipped this desk over and dragged this girl out. And then her friend got mad, and then she got dragged out.
That was a big tucket.
So in the notebook that I had at the beach, I wrote the Nebraska shit. And then I went home, and then the next page, I wrote the YouTube shit. And then I went to my brother's house, and we just like record like whatever's in the next page. And they just were together, and it just became the song Nebraska. And I didn't write them together. And then like one of my friends was like, wow, Jackie, you wrote this like such an important song about race relations in America. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really write that. I wrote about like YouTube videos and like getting fucked up by the wave. But that's cool.
Some hash, a pen. Little weed. Yeah.
So yeah, Nebraska.
All right, so we got another song coming up. Once again, thank you to our sponsors. I want to give you guys a shout out.
Northeast Alternatives.
The most award-winning
If I could get some
dispensary
vodka, Tito's
in
vodka,
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, and Wonderland Smoke Shop. Thank you guys all for bringing these shows to everybody and giving us the opportunity to do this for people. You're listening to 13 Folds live on Lemonadio.com, kid, at the Parlour.
Kid. Lemonadio.
Some kid in Nebraska never seen ocean, never jumped in the waves. Some kid in Nebraska never had his shades ripped away. Some kid in Nebraska never seen ocean, never jumped in the waves. Some kid in Nebraska never had his shades ripped away. Kid got shot, smoking weed, eating ice cream. Kid got shot, kid got shot, kid got shot, smoking weed, eating ice cream. They flipped her desk, they dragged her out. Girl with the big mouth, they flipped her desk, they dragged her out. Friends spoke out, got taken downtown. Friends spoke out, friends spoke out, friends spoke out, got taken downtown. Some kid in Nebraska, some kid, some kid, some kid in Nebraska. Mill line, hash pipe, wave jumping, a sexy girl, sunshine, valley way, second beach, good times. Mill line, hash pipe, wave jumping, sexy girl, sunshine, valley way, second beach, good times. Good times. Good times. Good times. Kid got shot, smoking weed, eating ice cream. Kid got shot, kid got shot, kid got shot, smoking weed, eating ice cream. They flipped her desk, they dragged her out. Girl with the big mouth, they flipped her desk, they dragged her out. Friends spoke out, got taken downtown. Friends spoke out, friends spoke out, friends spoke out, got taken downtown. Some kid in Nebraska never seen ocean, never jumped in the waves. Some kid in Nebraska never had his shades ripped away.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. Cheers, you all. This next song is one of Louis' favorites. But Louis' been a good boy lately. He's been a real good boy. Oh, really? No, I think it's a little deeper than that. A little deeper than that. But there was a time when Louis, his only option was to get a lawyer. Blue lights flashing, what you gonna do? You totally trashed and he knows it too. You smoked a little, drank a little, did a shot or two. Not to mention, you're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heels. You walk the line in the 4-inch heels. You touch your nose while you're looking at his. You say the alphabet forwards and back. You're totally fucked. You're fucking screwed. You're totally fucked. Yeah, you're fucking screwed. You're totally fucked. You're fucking screwed. And there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Blue lights flashing, what you gonna do? You're totally trashed and he knows it too. You smoked a little, drank a little, did a shot or two. And not to mention, you're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heel shoes. You're wearing your high heels. Get a lawyer. So that was the banger song for a while when we played. That was always the last song we played. That was it.
Located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID.
That was only
visit
two,
their
dude.
shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu. We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur in you. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Welcome back to 13 Folds Radio. With our premier sponsor, Northeast Alternatives, supporting sponsors for 13 Folds Live, Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and the Kind Card.
Nice. Nice read, man. Nice read.
Thank you. Sometimes I like to do that. I haven't done this in a long time.
It's been a long time.
It has. Artist Jackie, the wizard.
Yeah.
Let me ask you all this. Now that things are starting to move for you in the local scene here, and abroad, you're going to get back out there. You're going to start moving around. Do you feel like there are many more obstacles to overcome? What do you think are the major challenges right now to get you going up like another echelon or? You know, what do you think is there anything standing
I honestly
in
don't
your
think
way?
it's a transgender thing. I think it's electronic music thing.
Okay.
Like some guy in New Jersey's like, oh no, you guys like play electronic music, you know, like.
So what?
Because we don't really fit a genre, do we? Like, what genre is this?
So it's party music, right? I mean, think about it. Like, so
A lot of people want to book like the same kind of bands, you know, on the same night.
I think it's just I just think.
Do you
it's
remember the
crowd.
living room? Do you remember the living room? That was
yes.
like a premier club in Rhode Island, and they would have Grandmaster Flash. They played with the Replacements. You know what I mean?
I love
like,
that.
Like
because you know what? My Spotify, my liked songs is so random. There's hip hop, there's Hank Williams III, there's.
So I wonder.
All types of stuff,
like
you know,
what?
like, I like all kinds of music.
So if you find that to be a challenge, would it be unlikely that you might find yourselves creating some sort of new rave vibe where you did some sort of, you know, late night shows or we used to do a lot of shows in factories, you know, and have like parties and
warehouse parties and everything.
We don't get asked to do the rock band bill a lot. We have friends that was like, hey, Jack, you play, but we're not asked a lot to do
we could
the rock
remedy
band,
that.
the rock band thing.
I think it's
a lot of the shows I do, I book them.
I think it's a matter of maybe stepping out of your comfort zone and exposing yourself to crowds that you're not sure what to expect.
I'll play anywhere.
And
you tell me where to be, I'll be there.
And I think there's an audience for you. And maybe it's that EDM crowd or something. I don't know, but definitely.
One of the things we were talking about before COVID was I had some friends from Askew that were friends with the Dark Lady, and they were like, Jackie, we want you to play Holy Shit at the Dark Lady during Pride when 10,000 people are there.
Huh. Yeah.
And they said they could make it happen, and then all of a sudden nothing happened because COVID. But would that make a difference in my career if everyone heard Holy Shit there?
It would be fun.
Know. It would be fun for sure.
It would be fun, and that's what it should be about. It should be about moments, you know, great.
We have a lot of good moments.
Great moments, good moments.
That's what life is about.
Happenings, yeah. I mean,
but there's a new movie by Dave Grohl that came out about like get in the van or something. Did you see that movie?
I have not. I think
so it's all about rock bands, how you get in a van and you go,
and you go.
That's how you make it because people see you and you live in a van and you piss in Gatorade bottles and you throw them at street signs and that's what you do.
Stop me if I'm wrong, but you're an entertainer. You both are entertainers,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, you should be able to play to a variety of crowds, no matter where or what the bill is, because you're entertaining. You're going to get up there. You're going to speak to each crowd.
It's not the reaction of the
moment.
crowd at the gig. It's getting the gig.
Getting the gig is
once
the
we
tough
get
part.
the gig, we're good.
Yeah.
So.
You guys always put on a good performance. I've seen you play in front of many different crowds.
Yeah.
And it's always a great performance, whether the crowd reacts or however they react.
I tell people I have that car wreck effect where people are like, I
Can't
gotta see
stop
what this
watching.
is. So they gotta look. You know?
That was like the first show that we did. We were getting so much feedback on messages and stuff, and people didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I like. Who gives a fuck what they think?
I like that.
Some backup dancers.
It's about whether you have
little
fun or
routine.
not.
Yeah. I like shocking people, sure.
You know?
Like, what the fuck is this?
Jamie.
Hey.
When did you come up with the wizard, man? Like, was this a D&D thing?
Oh my goodness! Look.
Did you used to LARP back in the day in the basement and?
No,
Nothing like
I've
that.
been on stage for a few different things all over the place on many different levels. But when we started DJing with Jackie, I would wear all different sorts of costumes. I would wear a bunny costume.
Sure.
I have an old football costume. I would just wear different costumes, and the more people just express the wizard, so I just expanded upon the wizard more than any of the others.
It's true. I saw you as the wizard once, and I thought it was an amazing look. It was magical. It was. I might have
No
been.
pun intended.
I might have been feeling a little
This
magical.
is always
you know
fun
what I'm
for
saying?
me, so no matter what you see up
But
here,
you came
it's
out,
fun
and I
for
was
me.
like, "Oh my!"
I love it that the last time we played at Dusk, he wore the leather heads, like you know that George Clooney movie, the leather heads football helmet.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
It was
He wore
lovely.
one of those.
Oh, I can't even imagine that. That's awesome.
That's fun.
I said he
it's
used
fun
to be a
dress
wizard,
up,
but tonight
right?
he's a leatherhead.
Did you ever go out in public as a wizard at all?
No. I do have a steampunk outfit that I put together, and occasionally I'll go out
We
to
were at
shows
tour
like that.
in Ohio, and we stayed at the Budget Inn, and there was like a bunch of meth heads that stayed there because it was like $59, and they only gave us 2 towels. And we were getting in the car, and there was like these meth heads outside their room, and they were like, he had the hat on. And they were like, yo, we love the Wizard, man. Yeah, $59 a night will get you that, you know?
Because that'd be awesome. Like, we just walking through Stop and Shop and seeing the Wizard coming, strolling down aisle 4.
It's funny you say that because I wish I had the song, but our new song is actually about being on tour, and people come up to me and say, I heard you have a wizard.
Yeah.
And then I walked into a supermarket, and this 14-year-old girl came running up to me, and she just came running up to me, and she was like, oh my God, you gotta be famous for something. And we're in Maine. I just walked in the grocery store in Maine, and this little girl came running up to me. She's like, oh my God, you're so famous. You gotta be famous for something.
And you were like, yeah, for the
I'm
Wizard.
like, yeah, well, I'm not so much around here, but where I come from, everyone knows my name.
That's what Maine's like, though. I've walked into Maine and people think I'm famous. And
Yeah, see, they're friendly people.
Well, they don't see many people in Maine. I think the population's 15, 16, something like that.
Okay.
Maine is like the equivalent of Nebraska in New England.
Yeah. But you can jump in the ocean, though.
Sure you can. Yeah.
So what is the creation
beautiful.
process for you guys like? Do you guys work together on your songs, or is it just?
Well, I gotta tell you, me and Jamie have worked together. We are now ED.
Oh yeah. We got another thing going on as well.
Creatively, I play drums and Jamie plays bass, and we have a bunch of different musicians play with us. So we're called Every Dimension. So it's like Quentin, if you're watching, Quentin Newlett. Used to be an electric drummer.
Yes.
He'll come and jam with us on guitar. So it's like, we call it Quentin in the Every Dimension. And then Jonathan Friedman, the photographer kid, he comes and jams with us on guitar. And it's like Jonathan in the Every Dimension. And so creatively we do that. But the Artist Jackie stuff is like, the process is kind of crazy. So my younger brother, he makes all the beats on his phone, on his iPhone.
Nice.
And he puts them on his SoundCloud randomly. And randomly, if I feel like recording music or something, I just go to my brother's SoundCloud and I listen to a whole bunch of his beats. And I just put lyrics to it. So the new album we have coming out, I got an eighth of Super Lemon Haze from Jamie.
You have to look at me for that.
I smoked the whole thing.
Way to blow his cover
fell
there.
off a truck.
I smoked the whole thing, and I wrote all these lyrics to my brother's SoundCloud beats. And then I called my brother, and I was like, yo, I got lyrics for your beats. We need to record. He's like, all right, how about Friday? I go with Friday. He has an iDoc that he put the beats on the iPad and puts it on an iDoc. He hands me a $25 karaoke mic, and I did every vocal take on one or two takes. And I went home. And that's been the process for 80 songs that are on our Bandcamp. Zero effort. It's just, there's no recording studio. We record it in like an hour, and that's it.
So you were talking about.
And then I take the beats and I give them to Jamie on a USB, and he puts them in the machine, and then he just does magic.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a new CD.
Cast spells.
Yeah, I got a process.
When can we expect a new CD coming out?
2021 sometime.
Right.
I'm just waiting for the
Wait a minute. It's 2021. So this year, right?
Yeah.
This year,
all right.
sometime.
Good. Sometime.
I think it's gonna be
I'm
good.
hearing bells,
I'm excited
man.
about it. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have a bash. Like I said, you let me know anytime. Would you let me know when you want to do the
so I
release
just let my
party?
brother do his thing, and when he's done with it, we'll figure it out.
I think Eddie Bills may have found a place for us to do a backyard hoedown.
Maybe.
Did you really?
Just maybe.
We have a backyard hoedown June 26th.
Oh, do you?
Sure.
June 26th.
26th.
Nice.
A rock and roll
where's that gonna
field
be at?
day.
Rock
It's
and
a
roll
rock and roll
field day in
field
the
day
woods.
near Lincoln Woods.
Near Lincoln Woods.
Nice.
So Jamie used to host an event for years called Rock and Roll Field Day in the Woods, and this one's called Rock and Roll Field Day near Lincoln Woods.
Ah.
Cool.
It's in a backyard in Lincoln.
So you know what? Let me know. Send me that info if we
I
can
wanna
share
know
it.
it too.
If we can share it on 13
We'll
Folds,
set up a
Oh,
tab
it's not a
table.
public event, but I'll definitely invite you for the day.
all right, I'll be there.
Bring a crowd.
Have you been to
I'll
Dave's
go to
events?
Can I bring my kids?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I went to high school in Lincoln. If you need to create a diversion for the cops, I might be able to help. We have some experience.
I don't
with
think we
that
want to
in
take it to
town.
that level, but I appreciate the offer.
He's gonna
No, we
call
used to
a
throw
bomb
parties in the
threat
woods
at
all the time.
YMCA.
Like there's a set of power lines that runs through the whole town. And it's like a clearing through the woods for miles,
yeah.
and we'd always find places to parties back there. But like a big part of it was like diverting the cops, giving them a distraction so we don't get caught. It was fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are definitely running out of time.
Can we just
and
do a
I'm
quick-
sorry that I didn't. We were trying to keep count, and we thought you did 3 songs, but Hanson and I have been drinking all night and
It's not true. He's crazy. But can I just throw a quick fire question out because Dave has this written down, and I have to know. Do you have any celebrity crushes? What the fuck?
This is an Eddie Bills question. We sat down and thought a question.
I'm
you know,
sorry.
I'm not
I
gonna
thought it was his
I'm not
question.
gonna.
I think it's funny.
I'm
It's
not
your
gonna
question. I
explain
love this
myself
question.
to
This is
you.
my favorite
I
question
just
I
like
ever
that we get
ever asked.
unpredictable responses, so it's
All
fun.
right. This is like my favorite thing right now. Do you
I'm
have
not
a
going to
celebrity?
justify
I
my
do not.
questions to you,
No?
Hanson.
I have a whole crate of Barbra Streisand records.
There you go.
The woman with nose. Who knows?
She knows what she knows.
I was more Bette Midler,
I will watch any
all
Vin
good.
Diesel movie that comes out, though.
I always
will.
thought.
Will
that-
you?
I always
Yeah,
thought I
even
had
if
a
it's
thing
bad,
for
I'll
Linda
just-
Ronstadt.
I like his
Me and her are
Pitch
gonna
Black
get together
movie,
one day.
whatever that
Oh,
is.
yeah?
That's
Pitch
cool.
Black, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer,
Riddick is my favorite.
It's got some moments, right?
Yeah, Riddick's great.
Jennifer Aniston was always my celebrity crush.
Never
growing
liked
up.
her until I saw the Horrible Bosses movie.
Dude, she looks better with it. The older she gets, the better she looks. Like, I had never been attracted to an older woman until Jennifer Aniston.
Was that the Flair movie with the Flair?
I was wondering why we were talking about that, and it's because of the
She like worked at TGI Fridays.
I ate some gummies. I don't know.
All right, listen, we're running out of time, so let's do one more set. And then those of you guys listening at home, go to YouTube, because after we finish here on the radio station, we're going to continue streaming live on radio.
You can watch us potty.
Do a little encore with the artist Jackie and the Wizard. That
What,
I don't know.
brain fart in here?
Spencer sponsors.
Northeast
No.
Alternatives. They know
Read
how
'em.
to get down, and they're the coolest. And, I didn't mean to say like other dispensary owners are stiffs and stuff, but I have a card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're owned by like politicians and shit like that. That's not the case. Northeast Alternatives. They're real entrepreneurs.
They're like us.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like
cool
Ringo
people.
Starr. I'm like Ringo. I get high with a little help
You're like
from
the
my friends.
You're the. Yes,
I don't
you
go to alternatives. I don't go to the dispensaries. I just
Do you know that Ringo
hang
got
out
more?
with people like Chris Hansen and the Wizard.
Do you know Ringo got more mail than any other Beatle? He got the most mail. They
Who
loved
did?
him the most.
Ringo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in the 60s.
Wow.
I can't stand the fucking guy. Peace, love.
Yeah,
Shut
he's,
the fuck
he's
up.
my least favorite Beatle.
Ringo? You don't like Ringo?
No,
He's
I love
my
him.
least
I love
favorite
him.
Beatle, though.
I love him. I love his nose.
John Lennon was my favorite Beatle.
We just watched that movie. I had to leave halfway through it because I was over it, but it was that caveman movie with Ringo. You
Oh,
see that
yeah.
movie?
He met his wife on
Yeah, we were watching that the other night, and I was like, I'm good, dude. I'm leaving. We already watched another
Dude,
movie, and this was the
that
second
movie.
movie.
Was awesome.
Your beard would have killed in that movie. Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Solar Therapeutics, we already said
Card.
Northeast Alternatives, Kind Card,
Oh.
and Wonderland Smoke Shop. Thank you guys
Absolutely.
for supporting us. So,
Check out Viking Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get you
Google.
on the
Nick and
You
Ease.
know, why
20
we're live,
25th
why
anniversary.
we are live on air. I want Viking Jesus to perform.
I gotta tell you, when I heard your band name was Viking Jesus, I was like, that is so badass. I fucking loved it.
It was a total insult. I was fighting with someone, and I had called them something horrible, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you're a fat Viking Jesus," and I was like, "I'll fucking lose weight, buddy." But I was like, "That's my new band name. That's so cool."
That's awesome. I love it.
Thank you, Jackie and Jamie, for joining us
Thank
tonight.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all for coming, for being here.
Thank
Love
you. Now
all.
rock our worlds.
Are we
Guys-
coming back after? Or this is
Yeah,
know
I think
what?
you're gonna play.
We're gonna let you guys
Load
do
it
an
up, man.
encore after.
All right.
We're gonna do 3 songs now, do another word from our sponsors, and then after we go off the radio airwaves, we're gonna stay on so you guys, because I want to make up for that song that
I
we
love it.
we
Can,
screwed
hey,
up.
can I plug the News Cafe this Sunday?
Yes,
There's a
you
flea
can.
market.
Yes.
I'll bring out my artwork and T-shirts, and there's like 12 other booths. It's gonna be a great time.
When
Leave
is
the fleas
that?
at home.
This Sunday from 2 to 6 at the News Cafe parking lot.
All right, awesome. I love the News Cafe, actually. I'm glad they're opening up and starting to do stuff again.
Hannah and John and
All right,
Sam.
guys,
Great joint.
you're listening to 13 Folds live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com. Once again, the artist Jackie and the Wizard.
Enjoy a bottle of beer. Enjoy a bottle of beer. Don't get much better than that. Not much better than that. Don't get much better than that. Today I'll have another. Tomorrow is what it is. Foggy at best. I don't give a shit. 'Cause I'm a wanderer, time waster, daydreamer. Good for nothing, get a job. I'm good for nothing, get a job. Enjoy a bottle of beer. Enjoy a bottle of beer. This next song goes out to Eddie Bills. This next one's called Naked and High. I'm sure a bunch of you like getting naked and high out there. Yeah, so we'll never grow old as long as you keep your head afloat. And here we are, up in the sky, looking down on all the fun. And people say that I'm naive, I need to tune into reality. But I say, hey, it's just me. And take my hand, I set you free. Let's get naked and high, run around all naked and high. Let's get naked and high, run around, run around, run around. Naked and high. Never thought you'd fall in love. Nothing like flying high above. Looking through a window only you see. Tell 'em I'll just let you be. Thoughts of feelings rush through your head. Looking back, you were practically dead. Those looking up can leave us alone. You took my hand, I free your soul. Let's get naked and tied. Run around all naked and tied. Let's get naked and tied. Run around, run around, run around. Love will drink some wine. You and me way up on cloud nine. Run around all naked and high. Let you be my savior tonight. We'll make love, we'll drink some wine. You and me way up on cloud nine. Run around all naked and high. Naked and high. Naked and tired. Naked and tired. Never thought you'd fall in love. Nothing like flying high above. Looking through a window only you see. Thank you. They give you drugs to quiet your mind. They give you drugs to keep you in line. They give you drugs so you follow the signs. They give you drugs that make you go blind. They give you drugs that don't get you high. They give you drugs so your hands are tied. They give you drugs to keep you from yourself. They give you drugs to make you someone else. They give you drugs. They give you drugs. Drugs. They give you drugs. Bomb about it and high as a kite. It's just the way I like it. Bomb about it and high as a kite. Bomb about it and high as a kite. It's just the way I like it. Bomb about it and high as a kite. There's something funny about the pipe you be smoking. Tastes kinda funny. The high's nice and yummy. I don't know what it is. Can I get another hit? There's something funny about the pipe you be smoking. Tastes kinda funny. High's nice and yummy. I don't know what it is. Can I get another hit? Drugs. They give you drugs. Drugs. They give you drugs. They give you drugs to quiet your mind. They give you drugs to keep you in line. They give you drugs so you follow the signs. They give you drugs to make you go blind. They give you drugs that don't get you high. They give you drugs so your hands are tied. They give you drugs to keep you from yourself. They give you drugs to make you someone else. They give you drugs. They give you drugs. I'm Ice Jackie, that's a wizard. 13 folds. Lemon Radio.
Adult use dispensary located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu.
We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products, as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur in you. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Welcome back to 13 Folds Live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight and checking out our show. Thank you, Chris Hansen, for coming in and bringing the band back together
Yes, thank you,
tonight,
Chris.
man.
It's great
My
having
pleasure.
you here. Great having you.
It's been a joy.
So much fun working with you again, man. We got to do this more often.
I would love it.
Let's get you down here whenever
Jess,
we can.
if Jess is listening, watching, I miss you, Jess. I wish you were here. I wish
She's
you
listening.
Yes.
Yeah, love you, Jess.
Much love for Jess.
And thank you.
One of the hottest working people in Providence music, I would say, is
Thanks
Jess.
for the chair.
I could not do what I do if it wasn't for Jess Salemi, so definitely thank you. And thank you, Eddie Bills, man. You've been killing it.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you. My pleasure. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Gregory,
Thank you,
and
Gregory.
the Parlour and the staff here for supporting
Tip your
us.
bartender. Tip your bartender.
I'd like to thank RSO Homemade Gummies.
It is the who's who of Providence in here tonight. It's pretty awesome.
Shavoni in the house.
Guys,
Shavoni's in the house.
if you're listening, go to YouTube. We got one more song coming up. We're going to do an encore, but you're only going to be able to see it on YouTube, so go check it out. Thank you again, Jackie and the Wizard, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Northeast
Thank you, Wizard.
Alternatives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, and Wonderland Smoke.
Smoke.
I'm done.
Wonderland Smoke Shop.
What happened to my mind? I'm back.
Eddie Bill's fucking with you.
But Northeast Alternatives.
I know. I love those guys.
Your weed.
I love those guys.
Your stuff.
Check out the artist Jackie and the Wizard, the artist Jackie show on Facebook and YouTube every Monday, right?
Every Monday night.
What time do you
With
guys
Brian
start?
Cabral. We try to start 8, but we're not like on a time schedule like you are. So it could be 8:30, could be 9.
So check these
It's a
guys
party.
out.
We just put it online. You know, it's like we're not in
got
no
my wizard
schedule.
hat.
Whenever the guys are ready.
So we're running out of time, but
Don't fuck it up. Don't
we're-
fuck it up.
we're taking a week off next week.
The one rule of the Artist Jackie show is don't fuck it up. That's really
So we're taking a week off on 13 Folds, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with Stubborn Hearts.
Hell yeah.
Until then, guys, smoke them if you got them. Stick around because after the show, there's going to be more music on Lemonadio.com on 13 Folds Radio. Until then, just thank you. Thank you, guys.
Stay high. Stay
Stay
happy.
high and smoke them if you got them.
Get them done.
Dave Death, Chris Hansen,
Chilling.
peace out.
Yeah, baby girl.
Hit it, guys.
Baby girl.
Honest Jack. Honest Jackie and the motherfucking Wizard.
This goes out to all the sexy people. Holy shit, she was sick. Can't believe what I just saw. Holy shit, she was sick. Holy shit, she was sick. Can't believe what I just saw. Holy shit, she was sick. Brought the A game, she was on point. That's how you get it in. You bring down the house, you turn it out. You bring down the house, you turn it out. Brought the A game, she was on point. That's how you get it in. You bring down the house, turn it out. You bring down the house. Bust down jumping arena. Going to ground. Everywhere I look, sexy people. 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 Holy shit, she was sick. Can't believe what I just saw. Holy shit, she was sick. Holy shit, she was sick. Can't believe what I just saw. Holy shit, she was sick. Brought the AK, she was on point. That's how you get it in. I bring down the house, you turn it out. You bring down the house, you turn it out. Brought the AK, she was on point. That's how you get it in. I bring down the house, you turn it out. You bring down the house. Thank you, Mars Jackie. It's the wizard. The parlor is open again. Thank you.
Yeah, baby girl, give you that sweet, wholesome loving. That's right, baby. You ain't never heard some loving like this before. Jack, give it to you nice, smooth, yeah, baby girl, give you that sweet, wholesome, wholesome. That's right, baby. That's right, baby. You ain't never heard some loving like this before. Jackie, give it to you smooth, be cold, environmental. Yeah, baby girl, give you